Can I ask you about your husband for a minute? I remember he was was a policeman, is that correct? And
yes, he spent a lot of years with the police department as a patrolman, and in those days, no partner, no radio, and in order to get a message from the police department, he had to go out to State Street and look down to Commercial. And they had a little red light down there, and if you saw the light was on, you didn't know who it was for, but everybody had to call in.
I remember those little red lights, the little intersections.
And then he was alone. One night he came out here for his break to have his coffee, and the neighbor came running over and said, "There's somebody in that house over there." And so he rushed across the street and went in the back door, pitch dark, and he couldn't see, and he hit something and made a noise, and that told the people in there that they were there. And there were two men in that house, one in a room on the right and one on a room on the left, and he couldn't hold his gun on both of them, and there was no way under the sun to get help. And he stood there and yelled out to the neighbor that had reported it, and they came over and phoned the police station, and he got help. And they had already loaded their cars with a lot of clothing and things. And I'll tell you, I was frantic.
Yeah, I bet you were. I bet you were.
Two men in there, handicapped, nothing he could do. Now, you know, they've got
backup
walkie-talkies and backups, and in fact, I don't think they even go in without having a second car.
I bet they don't.
No.
Your husband later, did he run for the city council, did he not?
Yes, well, then he became assistant
chief.
To the chief, and he did that until he retired. And then he worked days, thank goodness. And then he ran for the council and was ready for a second term when he had a heart attack and was gone.
Oh. That was in after the war, World War II.
Yes, yeah. 1959 he died.
Yes.